Welcome, and thank you for joining for another whiskey review. Today, oldest whiskey I've brought anybody, Dustin. Oldest whiskey I think we've had together.
Yeah.
Linkwood 37-year-old. Cask strength, 50.3% ABV. The Diageo special release from 2016. Check it out. Dustin and I both have a bottle of this beauty. This is Dustin's bottle because he opened it first, and I keep mooching off of him, so I don't have to open mine.
Yeah, I'll get to try his in 10 or 15 years when he finally opens it.
I'll keep it safe, like a bank. For those of you who don't know much about Linkwood, neither did I until we saw these in the store and we started talking about them. So Linkwood 37 Speyside Distillery mainly is known for blends, more so than their own cigars.
Well, and I think a lot of people know about them from the independent bottlings. You'll see
That too,
Gordon
yeah,
MacPhail's
sure.
and Clayton Head's I'd say it's one of the more common ones you see.
You do see them a lot of independent bottlings. I just don't see a lot of Linkwoods, period.
No, and you don't
What did you have this time?
$1,000 whiskey, guys.
Yep, exactly. Well,
Oh, I know, like, even it up.
we got a good buy on them. But yeah, very, very expensive whiskey, Dustin. Again, this is the oldest whiskey I believe I've brought on the Whiskey Channel. I tried a 40-year-old Highland Park one time, but sample, so not really a bottle. So yeah, it's the oldest bottle I have as well.
I can already smell it. It's smelling delicious, by the way.
1978 is when this thing was distilled. What were you doing in 78?
I was not alive.
Not alive. I was two-ish.
I wasn't alive 37 years ago, so this is older than me.
Yeah, I was two. Parents wouldn't let me do anything by myself. Nothing. Couldn't drive a car. It was terrible. You think wearing masks are bad? I couldn't even leave the room sometimes.
You had to wear a diaper, and you're complaining about masks.
Yeah, terrible. Anyway, on to the whiskey. All right, so this is natural color. Nice gold.
I believe all the Diageo
Special releases
are supposed to be, although I never fully trust them because I don't think they ever disclose it.
Yeah,
so
they're probably not telling us the truth. Actually, they probably are. Okay, so yeah, try to look at the cask maturation. Both of us kind of thought this was mainly bourbon cask. We didn't know if there's any sherry cask influence. If it was, probably was a refill cask many times over. Then,
yeah,
I guess.
I mean, we're both saying this is one of the darkest solid bourbons we've seen, but it's also one of the oldest.
Yeah, 37 years old. It's a
If
long
they used
time.
some sherry, it was very light.
All right, so let's get to the nose and see what we're picking up. Again, cask strength, 50.3% ABV, good hefty ABV for almost spending 4 decades in wood.
So I'll tell you right off the bat, I'm getting something like a sweet tart type thing, where I'm getting hit with this just like sweet and sour, and then it's just vanilla and gentle, light oak, toasted oak especially.
I mean, there's quite a few things going on here. I mean, I'm first thing that jumps out to me at this point is tropical fruits. I'm getting tropical fruits in this one.
Oh, you know what? I probably should have said tropical fruit Skittles up front.
Yeah, it's just mango, like a really sugary banana. Also there's just
I get
lovely oak.
I get raw batter too, even like just a little like sourdough at the end.
And then it comes back to the fruits again.
It might even be a glue, like a carpenter's glue.
I don't know if you need that.
It's a slightly sour, like just kind of, but it's not unpleasant. It's just kind of a little bit of a putty or something. It's not like an earthy, Isla type thing. But if this was in an Isla, it wouldn't feel out of place.
I mean, maybe there's some type of almost like a dunnage warehouse note to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dirt floors.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much of it was in the cask itself, but it was surrounded.
Yeah.
Oh, it's overall just a super, it's a nice challenge, but it's super pleasant on the nose. I mean, just nothing off-putting whatsoever. It's just, with the cask strength, it doesn't feel light. The tropical fruits really are driven home. And the oak note in here is just so unique. Like you can tell it's just a quality cask or casks that they used in this particular
absolutely.
one. What are you picking up on the palate?
Yeah, so it goes in, and I'm starting to pick up tropical fruits again. A little bit of a bite, a little maybe sour, a little bit of alcohol, beautiful. Then it transitions, and I start to get a little bit more of a citrus note. Not quite a lemon, but there's something kind of coming in there. Okay. And the whole way through, it's buttery. I just get like this buttery, like bakery kind of thing going on all the way through. And then as it gets to the end, I get back to that ultra-aged oak. And yet, I'll tell you what, there's no bitter, off-putting notes here on that oak. With 37 years, it's still really vibrant oak.
Well, I tell you what, so many things as I was tasting this while you were talking that I agreed with. But right now, like, as it's transitioning, it's hard to keep up. But I tell you, on the finish, like the oak on the side is just so mouth coating. Like, you're right, at first it was tropical fruits, and then just transition to that sweet, sweet oak. I'm not really getting any sour, at least on the palate, but I do think now there is a little bit of sherry cask influence, because on the finish, with that oak note, there's just a light chocolate.
I could see that. So now I'm going back in again, and I'm picking up more and more of the oak. And now what I was thinking maybe was citrus in there. Thinking could have been some oak spice with the tropical fruits. I'm kind of going back and forth on if I really got citrus or if it's oak and tropical fruit and it's just transitioning with that spice. The finish though, Mike, I'm telling you, this oak is...
It hangs there.
But see, I think that chocolate might be the oak.
It might be. Yeah, it's just...
This is just so... Wow. Reminds me of just a hint of like a waxiness. Maybe not a Klein Leash waxiness, but I just feel like my mouth's coated with a slightly waxy coating.
All right, so we're getting to the end of this one. We got to give it a whiskey score. Now, again, this is Dustin's bottle. I haven't opened up mine, but Dustin has drank this with me 4 times now. So I've gotten to know it pretty well. I hesitate to give a whiskey I'm unfamiliar with a high whiskey score these days.
Yeah.
After a few of my mistakes, but I will say this. I'm at a solid 91 out of 100.
I don't know how you keep doing the exact same scores I'm at, but I was dead on 91 going into this. It's just 90 for me is where you get into exceptional whiskey, but you know,
Yeah.
90's not like unbelievably exceptional. This one, that extra age, the tropical fruit notes up front, and that just uniqueness of that oak pushes that one over to a 91 for me.
Anyway, we want to thank you for once again joining for another whiskey review. Dustin, until next time, what do we wish the folks?
Happy drinking.
See you next time.